Keep it locked. We'll be right back for Truth. Keep it locked. We'll be right back for Truth. Keep it locked. We'll be right back for Truth. Good night to everyone. Just want to say it's that time of the week, my favorite time of the week, and it's a beautiful night in the city. Um, Today was a beautiful day, man. Sunshine all day long, and just a gorgeous day. Well, first and foremost, I just want to say to all the fathers out there, happy belated Father's Day. Um, it was a beautiful weekend. I enjoyed my weekend. I had lots of fun. I relaxed. I actually went camping, and it was really cool. It was good just to get away from the city and relax, not do city stuff. Um, Listen to the Ravens, and the crows. Just listening to those birds, man. Watching those ravens fly through those big tall trees and talk to each other. It was just beautiful, just watching nature. You know, any one of you, any of you out there haven't done that kind of stuff, just I encourage you just to try it out and see how it goes, man. You get a piece of mental stability. Get to learn a little bit about your surroundings and just the natural environment that we live in. And it's a beautiful thing. I also got to see lots of caterpillars and hear all the stories from the country people about the caterpillars dropping off the trees and chopping down all the leaves from off the branches, eating away the trees. But people, we as human beings, we want to kill the caterpillars, but I say let them eat. They're just gonna eat and eat and eat, and they're gonna turn into moths or butterflies or whatever, and then that's it. So the lifespan is not long, so let them go. The leaves will grow back, and life will continue. The good news is that the caterpillars will not come back uh, so soon after this small encounter. They seem to disappear for a little while, and then maybe 10 years from now or five, I'm not even sure. They'll probably pop back up again and chop down the leaves again for you. So that's just nature at work and doing its own thing. Um, so yeah, so I hope all the fathers had a really good Father's Day weekend, and you guys enjoyed yourselves because I certainly did. Um, I really did. And by the way, just want to shout out the little one for providing this nice book here. It's beautiful. They say the author, well, she was part of it. She helped write this book, adding her nice little touch to it. Congratulations, you did an awesome job, and um, and I think she managed to make the cover look very similar to me. So big up. This is real cool. You know, if I managed to hold back a couple teary eyes because that's how strong I am. You know, I'm a strong man, so I managed to keep it up, and it was beautiful, man. Yeah, the words do matter, by the way, to all the men out there. So that's why the book is important, and just reading the words, and they're really fun, and adding personal touches to these books is very beautiful. Yeah, so uh, congratulations, dear. This is really awesome, and thank you. Go to bed at nighttime and I read it, and it's beautiful. Thank you. Sometimes in life, just the small things that matter to people. So don't ever forget that. So yeah, so starting the show is going to be a very short show tonight because somehow our guest is kind of missing. I hope he's okay. I hope he's not in any trouble. I know he's probably hustling somewhere because he's quite a hustler from his resume and from what I've seen so far. Uh, I was very encouraged just to see his resume of what he's done so far or what he's doing. Actually, he's a pretty productive young man, and I really was looking forward to talking to him and just to pick his brain to hear uh, what what is uh, what is happening. And I'm just gonna check this thing here because I think I see a note popped up. I'm not sure who it is. Oh, okay. So that's not him, by the way. So, so I don't know. Um, I don't know where he is. I see somebody just popped up. Maybe somebody that knows him. You just drop me a comment, and maybe we can. Oh, you got to check your email. You got to check your email, Josh. You got to check your emails in your email, um, and you'll find the link. So. Yeah, so I think that's him. We might have got our lines crossed, uh, you know. So we'll see. So we'll hang on a little bit, and hopefully that he pops in and and um, and we get going because I'm really looking forward to speaking to this young brother right here, Josh Miah. Is quite something. Uh, so while we do this, while we wait for him, and perhaps we can get him on. I just want to do a few things, and yeah. So what do I want to do here? I want to do this. Thanks to all the guests this season so far. I just want to say thank you and big up each and every one of you. You guys were awesome. Without you, we never would have done the show. It was great. It was lots of fun. Just getting to meet all these people who are beautiful in what they do. Like these people, like the work that they put in, is a tremendous amount of work, and I only hope that they all understand what they're doing. They're all contributing to a very forward type of thinking um, amongst us in our society. Um, I mean, with the world being so global right now, we're meeting all types of people from all around the world. We're realizing how connected we all are. So, so keep it up. I'll tell you something, man. I love meeting all the vloggers. The vloggers, they're the one who really, um for me, are the most interesting ones because they're all over the world, and it's just beautiful the way how they can invite us into their world and their surroundings and how they see things and their whereabouts and so forth. Uh, it's really a beautiful thing, and I cannot even like say enough on that. I sometimes I go to these vlogs and I just click on them and I meet people from what they're doing. Um, so it gives us an insight of where you're at and also your surroundings and your way of life and different people way of life. And I love it. So vloggers out there, you can always reach out to me for the fall season when we do this again, and hopefully we can continue. Obviously, I don't have a cast. I don't have a lineup of guests for the next season yet. I'll be working on that in this break after tonight's show. As I said last week, this is the last show for this period or this season, and during the summer, take a break, do lots of family stuff. Hopefully, Ontario gets to open up fully again, and and yeah, so hopefully Ontario gets to open up fully again, and we can get out there and be kind of semi-normal and back to together again. Um, so yeah, so I'm looking forward to this summer and getting lots of sunshine uh, and doing all the great things with all the connections, family, uh, and don't get upset with me, all my friends, because even though I want to get out there and do all the great things and stuff, I'm still staying away from people. At least some of you. So, so, so don't be annoyed. I'm being cautious because the variants are out there, and who knows what's happening. There's some people actually who probably enjoyed being at home. So so they might want to stay home a little bit longer. So just hang on, guys. We're gonna give it a couple of minutes, and then I'll get Josh in a second. I think he's ready now. So I'll give you a heads up, and I'll tell you when to pop in. Uh, and I'm really happy that we got to get Josh on the show right now. I thought we lost him. So what else? Again, I want to do this before we end the show, and rather than at the end, I do it at the beginning. So thanks to all the people who encouraged me to do something like this. It got me out of my comfort zone. I'm usually behind the scenes and just doing a lot of stuff for different people around me. Just working my creative head. Uh, some people um, know what some of the stuff that I do and some of the ideas that I come up with, and others don't. But this is just one of them. So, really cool. Thanks to Hawk and thanks to DJ David and Hypermental for all the encouragement uh, in doing stuff like this and all the help so far. I tried different things and they just kind of encouraged me just to get on that saddle, ride that horsey, right? You know what I'm saying? So thanks again, guys. Thanks also to the beautiful and wonderful Nadia at 2114 for all the technical work behind the scenes uh, during this first period or first season, first ever season. I hope that we can continue with our joint connection for the next season, and we can carry on and do something even better. Who knows where it goes from here? We hopefully we can, uh, produce a better show next time, um, and we can get some quality guests on. Thanks to all the viewers um, who've either popped a comment or said something nice. And even if you said something not too nice, we like that too because I'm all about that. I love it. It doesn't take it doesn't it'll take a lot to bring me down to get me kind of depressed sometimes. So I'm really in a happy mood right now, and I can't express enough on that. Um, yeah, so I think I did all my thanks. Let me see. I just want to make sure we did all the thank yous. Yeah, I think that's it. I didn't do demand thoughts this night, but yeah. So I'm gonna start the show like this, like how we usually do, because we're back at it again. It's a brand new week with a brand new guest. And one of the things I like about doing this show is that I get to meet new people here on the show that I have never met before. I also love the anxiety and the unknown of meeting new people, and it makes me feel like a brand new relationship. As you know, the show is here to promote and bring to you interesting and talented people from all around the world. So if you know someone who fits this description, just point them to us and we will connect with them and give them a thumbs up. If you're new to the show, I hope you enjoy us and our guests. And if you want to be part of the show, drop us a comment and join in on the conversation, and we will respond to you and your comments. By the way, our email address is DmanFromProspect@gmail.com. And you can always reach out to us at Facebook.com/DmanForTrue. And you can catch all the reruns on YouTube. Simply go to Dman from Prospect and they will be available to you. All right. And on that note, um, let me introduce Josh. Um, Josh, hold on one second, Josh. Just want to get Josh going. Where did I put Josh? I think I might have. Oops. I think I didn't. But anyways, Josh is, 1 second, Nadia. I can hear you in my ears right now. And I want to introduce Josh properly. So please bear with me. I seem to have misplaced his bio, but I got it here. So I'm just working on it. Um, Josh Miah. So Miah. Okay, so I'm just going to introduce Josh. So Nadia, please let Josh in. Welcome to the show, Josh. Josh Miah.
All right, thank you, thank you. It's an honor to be here, especially as you're doing your last episode. Thank you for
Yes, yes. You know what? By saying that, man, I gotta apologize. I got your bio up, but I got it up on the Facebook page, and
yeah.
so people can see what it is that you're doing.
All right,
I made a mistake. I didn't copy and paste it on my what I use to introduce other people.
yeah, no worries.
But these things happen. But
Yeah,
people can always check you out on the Facebook page, and also check you out on in the group and Instagram and so forth, and all the handles that are sliding across the screen for every one of you to see. Uh, Josh, I'm mostly excited here because I was reading what you do, and I say this young man is full of energy, full of like you got so much things going on, man.
yeah,
And welcome to the show, brother.
yeah. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Yes, indeed, man. It's an honor to have you on the show because you never know in a few years where you could be, and I for one can say, look, I met Josh Mia, and
Amen to that.
yeah, man,
Amen to that. Yeah, I like that.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
So Josh, what's a young man like you doing taking on all this responsibility at such a young age, man? Like,
Right.
where you get that from?
I mean, growing up, I've always heard that when you're the youngest is when you have your most energy, right? So I have it in the back of my mind to just go, full speed while I still can, and while my body and my mental allows me to. And it just comes from my background too. My mom is a hard worker, dad is a hard worker, so they've instilled that in me that whenever I'm doing something, I got to put my all into it.
Hey, those are beautiful words to hear, man. Because just to hear you big up your parents like that, and to tell you, you're the youngest. A
Yeah,
lot of times, a lot of times the young ones kind of coast. Also, they don't really push as hard, right?
yeah,
So,
yeah, that is true. But I think circumstance also changed that for me because I also live with some other people, right? And so I transitioned from being the youngest to being the middle child. So I guess I've kind of lived two lives. So I guess that kind of enables my ability to just be out there.
well, I can tell, man, that you got a brave, bold, and good future ahead of you. Big up, Samuel Boston. Good night, sir. I'm looking forward to meeting with you guys in the near future.
Yeah,
But Josh, I can tell from your personality right away, you know, that, you know, with that personality, you definitely got a bright future ahead of you, man.
yeah,
Because
thank
there's a
you.
lot of people when they meet people, they kind of like, they're cautious.
Yeah,
You know, they're like, okay, I'm not sure. Let me feel him out first before before actually talking to him, right? This is
yeah,
the first time I'm ever talking to you in my life, and
yeah,
it
that's
feels
true.
like I met you before.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
man.
that's a gift and a skill that I've kind of developed too. I mean, with my background, I've just, always been out there, always want to challenge myself and be, try new things. So
Hmm.
I guess it kind of builds that, I won't say fearlessness, but just a sense of that, like I'm not kind of worried about what you're going to say about me because I know who I am to myself.
That's the best thing, you know. It's seriously, you have no fears because if somebody got to say something about you, then well, I can counteract that.
Yeah.
That may not be true,
Hmm.
or whatever, right? So I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be saying anything bad about you. I have nothing bad to say about you. Actually, you're very encouraging to see some of the things that you are trying
Yeah.
or you're about. So
Yeah. Thank
those
you.
are some really good things, and really good encouragement features to have.
Yeah.
Who are some of your mentors that have encouraged you or influenced you to this point?
All right. So I have a few mentors. I mean, I kind of just look at what everybody's doing and just try to see if I can take it out head on. But I'll say for one, my older brother, Seth, I've
Mhm.
always been compared to him just by facial feature and the way our mannerism and what we do. and just to see where he is in life is, I just wish to, just achieve what he's doing and see if I can, pass that a little bit because he set the bar really high, and I just want to catch
Yes.
up to him. So that would be one of my mentors. Another mentor of mine is Robert Kiyosaki. He wrote on Rich Dad Poor Dad. So that book was handed to me by my father. He gave it to me, and that's a book that I cherish, and hopefully one day I'll pass it on to my kids. And then I guess if you want to go to business wise, my big mentor will be Master P and 50 Cent on the business side. Just I like 50 Cent just of his relentlessness to go and do things and to just think outside the box and to take on challenges, challenge head on. And I like Master P just the fact that you can't box him in within something within like a certain genre or box him into within a certain type of business because he does everything. He's lived 50 different people's lives by his age, and that's something that I also I'm driven to do. Just the fact that I can, do shea butter, cook, act, just name the few, just do everything that I was gifted.
Now, those are some very good choices that you have for mentors. I mean, Master P and 50 Cent for sure,
Hmm.
definitely. And that book from Robert Kiyosaki,
Yeah,
there are so many people like yourself who have read that book.
yeah,
Either someone gave them a gift or they just, found the book and read it and it kind of inspired them to do big and bigger things.
yeah,
Um,
for sure.
so you're on the right track. Master P, if you know his story, man, is very encouraging.
Very,
You can't knock people like that. These guys are like really some high class mentors
yeah,
are right there at the top of the list.
hmm,
Big up, man. I
yeah,
think you're on the right track, man. Keep it up. Keep
yeah.
going.
And it's
Keep
just the fact
pushing.
that they're also, black and minority. So just seeing those
Mhm.
people, it kind of gives you motivation to go for it too.
Yes, I guess especially in these times too, when there's so much controversial stuff that happens, and because of so much, everything is to the forefront right
Yeah,
now, where there's a camera in every corner, and lots
right,
of things are being exposed. Just to see some of those things and keep it real is good, very good.
for sure. Thank you.
Now you were born in Ghana.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And at what age did you travel or left Ghana?
So me and my girlfriend we actually argue about this a lot. I want to say I left Ghana when I was around when I was turning 8, but we've been doing the math and it might be around 7, 8, 9. So within that time period, I moved to Canada.
I'm laughing because like 7, 8, 9, that's that's our like you estimate around 7, 8, 9. No,
Yeah,
nobody really cares. 7, 8, 9. That's
yeah.
I
So
think
let's
my
say
little
maybe
brother.
2003, 2004.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, you know what? Well, I wonder what that was like for you actually, as you left Ghana and just moving from Ghana. Is it like big changes, or where you're from is pretty similar to this city?
So from if I was to look at things from when I was at that age, I was looking at it as I was going to the land of opportunity where, as soon as you land, you're given a house, a car, a job, and then,
Wow,
life is taken care of, right? That's the American dream. Right?
really? They told you that?
So that's the mindset I had coming. I remember leaving. I used to go around to the area kids and I was like, "Yo, I'm going to America. When I come back, I'm gonna get you a jet. I'm gonna get you a house, get you this, that, and that." So I have a lot of promises to upkeep.
Wow. You know what? That's something because I think for a lot of us immigrants who travel and who's left where we're from, I mean, we go somewhere new. We often think maybe perhaps we can send back so many things, but then we
Right?
get to realize as immigrants how hard it is.
Very.
Uh, how hard you really gotta push and work just to either fit in or just to make it, keep
Exactly.
a roof
Yeah.
over your as they say over here, head top. So,
Yeah.
so you know what I'm saying. So it's not that easy. But I'm
Yeah.
glad you actually you had those thoughts that you
Yeah.
could help some people and so forth. Um, so these are some of the things that Joshua's involved with, guys. He's an MC. Uh,
Yeah.
he sells shea cocoa butter.
Yeah.
Uh, he's involved in a soul food catering business. He also either has or involved with a beauty line products, and
Yeah.
he's an actor. And I'm curious about each and all of those things
Yeah.
to see how they all fit in to this young brother.
That's
Um,
good.
first and foremost, tell me about your MCing, man. I'm curious about that because
Yeah.
when I was a young man, I thought I could do it, but I didn't have the nuts. I didn't have the nuts, man.
Yeah. So MCing, I think that definitely stems from my dad. My dad was a pastor, so speaking on the stage is something that he does. So MCing definitely comes from him. Just the mannerism that I used to watch him every Sunday, just walking on the stage, just the way that his voice just carried on onto the crowd, and people just paid attention to him. So that was a feeling that kind of set deep in me. And then when I got of age to start MCing, that's where it came from. Just the voice and the fact that I think when I speak, I can also command the crowd, or I want to command the crowd like how my dad does. I think there's a little power when it comes to being MCing, right? You control the show.
Nice, nice. So you're MCing as in hosting or MCing as in rapping?
Oh no, MC as in hosting. Yeah, no, I'm
Okay,
not a rapper.
okay,
I can't
okay.
rap.
Well, we got to make that clear just in
Yeah,
case, there's people out there who want to reach out to you and say,
yeah,
look, I want Josh to host a show for
yeah,
me,
for
and
sure.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you got to make that be clear,
Yeah, but MC as in hosting shows. So I've done a couple of shows. My first show that I think I MC'd was in high school. We did a pageant, and I was the MC for that. I've MC'd at my sister's Peyton event. I think he had her on the show a couple weeks ago. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
Grace.
Well, I had her on the show. I wasn't sure if you were her brother or
Yeah,
some other family, but
yeah,
big up, Grace.
yeah. So definitely,
Wonderful.
she's plugged me into a couple MCing gigs. So shout out to her. And her too. I guess she's a big motivator for that when it comes to MCing and acting, because she's the one that's really, really been pushing me. She even wants to push me to modeling, but yeah, no, that's too many
Hey,
things.
look, but if anyone reaches out to you to model, don't be shy, man.
Oh yeah,
Just jump in there and do your thing.
yeah, for sure.
Modeling, you just got to show up with your face and your body and whatever,
Yeah,
and it goes right.
yeah. And then I think my biggest MCing gig was my last year in university. Me and a group of people, we established a club at Brock, or the Black History Committee, and we wanted to do a show for the Black History Month. So this is like, we're talking right now, getting the group together is probably December. So end of December, we're out of school. January, I'll get back together, start planning the show. February, Black History Month goes on, and then we do the show in March, just so that people know that Black History Month doesn't, it extends
Yes,
beyond the month of
right.
just February. So that was my biggest show and my most memorable show. That's when I also met my girlfriend, and we did not met, but we MC together for Brock. So that's something that was very interesting.
Very good, man. That's real cool. Those are some really good things to put on and to be part of. They'll last you in your mind at least, and people
Yeah,
around you for a very long time. And
hmm
you always got that on your resume, so that people can always remember you by.
yeah,
And trust me, in university, as you know, in college, those bonds that you have with those people, they
yeah,
last for a very long time.
exactly. Yeah,
So, hey, man, good for you.
yeah,
That's great stuff. You really have a really open personality so far, just like your sister.
yeah,
Like right away, you guys, can carry a conversation
yeah, for
and
sure.
also, just blend in really, really easily.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Now, is it normal for people of your family to strive the way that you are in order to reach goals 15 or 20 years from now? Where
Yeah.
did you learn that go get it now attitude from, man?
Um, I mean, I've kind of I've gone through something that has enabled that feeling in me. So for me, it's kind of an obsession, right? When we after my parents were here, we were in Brampton for a little bit, and then we got moved to like a big house, right? It's the mission house, so it's like a mansion on like 32 acres. So being open to not that lifestyle because we weren't living above our niche or whatever, but just being able just to see where kind of like what's available in life and like not necessarily the luxury but the freedom aspect of it. That was something that has enabled my passion, right? And then so I've gone from that and then I've gone straight back to Brampton, and so just that transition alone has impacted me greatly. And then going from Brampton to university, I went to go live on my own. So that's when I'm forced to become the man, right? So just those little life instances has fueled like my passion to be the best that I can be and just to achieve everything that I want. Like financial freedom is a big aspect to me. I just feel like that's the only way that you can really truly be free in the world is by being financially free. That comes with the freedom to travel, the freedom to take care of your family, the freedom to establish things, the freedom to build, and the freedom just to pass on, a legacy. And that's something that is very near and dear to my heart.
Wow. I'm really encouraged by you. And the reason why is because at such a young age to understand that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that don't understand that until they get very old and
Mm-hmm.
and have a lot of debt.
Yeah.
So, so just to understand that from such an early age is good, and you already have a foundation to
Yeah.
move from, just in your mind already. So you don't want to burden yourself with that and different stuff that can hold you back,
Yeah, exactly.
from really being the person that you really are destined to be. So that's good understanding from early. Now, I gotta ask you about this Niagara region.
Yeah.
So, what do you see in the Niagara region that made you focus on that area when it comes to food?
Yeah.
Besides the fact that there's an average number of 13 million people visiting the falls every year, brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah. I've done research. As soon as I landed in St. Catharines, I started doing research about the place, and it's just I viewed it as like an open market, right? I think
Yes.
competition is less over here, so it makes sense to establish and build myself where there's less competition, so I can slowly get into like the bigger cities. Because bigger cities like Toronto is just a bunch of whales and shark, and as a guppy navigating through that is going to be very difficult, right?
It sure is.
So if you have the chance just to build and make a name of yourself, you can kind of use that as leverage to talk to the whales, to talk to the sharks, to establish business link with people who have been seasoned in the game.
you know that's very wise.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, it's very wise. I mean, we were down in Niagara a few years back, and um, we were trying to find some food to eat. It was late, but
yeah,
we couldn't find any. The one place we found to eat at, it was already closing, and they really didn't have much. But
right.
if
So,
you can just, you're right.
right,
I
right,
think it was a Caribbean place, but it was closing, and we
right,
didn't have much. We
right.
wanted to
Yeah,
eat, so we just settled and we ate some fries and some fish.
exactly. You
So,
can count how many ethnic like stores or Caribbean places are like in Niagara. You can count alone. There's probably like four in Niagara, maybe two, three in St. Catharines, and some of them are now operating at their full capability. So just from that alone, you can kind of maneuver and see what is really out there to see if you can also get into that market. I mean, when I first got here, I spent my whole first year. I spent money on Domino's. Domino's was taking all my money because that was the cheapest affordable thing that I could eat. Because the Caribbean place doesn't run 24/7. It closes early, and then Sundays they take it off. So just that alone, being a student, I kind of spent a lot of money on dominoes. So that's when the idea kind of popped that I could do something and start selling it to the students. That was my biggest. That was my first market group, was the students I brought. 'Cause I know they're in the same situation that I'm in, and they're looking for that home cooked meal. It's not every day that you're going back home, right? Yeah,
Yep, that's right. That's, hey man, you're off to a good start. That's brilliant right there.
yeah,
It may be shaky at the beginning or
hmm
not as stable as you would like it to be. I don't know what it's like for you, but
yeah,
eventually, as you get more established, things pick up and
yeah.
you get going. Um, so those ideas are formulating really well.
Yeah, thank
Um,
you.
so keep it now. For your food and catering business, is it what type of food is it? Because I'm curious about that.
Yeah. So I specialize in soul food, and
Hmm.
not just soul food distinguished to like one place. I like international soul food. Right. There's certain dishes that you can cook where like there's soul in this. So I started drawing my inspiration from like Southern American style soul food, Caribbean soul food, and then African soul food. Mash it all together and then throw in little stuff from other cultures that I like. So like lasagna, right? I'll throw lasagna in there. Certain things, just throw it all together and then just make a blend. So I like mixing. I love eating lasagna with fried chicken, right? Like certain food that you won't think will cross, but are very delicious, right? Like oxtail rice and peas with macaroni pie on the side. Like certain things that you wouldn't think will mix
And you
together.
wouldn't think of
Yeah,
not traditional.
yeah, it's crazy, right? So I started even experimenting. I started doing jerk turkey. That was something that I introduced last year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Hey, look, that's you know what? There are people right now probably listening and probably watching and probably like, I would love to eat that right now.
yeah,
You know what I'm
it's nice.
saying?
Yeah,
And trust me, all that you're saying, all those foods, I would definitely be there for.
exactly.
So I just want people to check out IG at Divine Royalty 96
Yeah,
and check it out. You never know. You might be in the hood and you
yeah.
might just be a click away from actually ordering some really nice dishes.
Yeah, so
Right?
yeah, whoever is watching, I do catering, meal prep, trade orders. So I'm in it for everything. Yeah,
There
everything
you
food
go.
related.
Now, do you cater for like big events and so forth? Like, I know right now is a pandemic, but after the pandemic, there's a lot of babies. So I
Yeah,
mean, there's a lot of baby showers, a lot
yeah,
of weddings, and
yeah.
so forth. So,
I haven't done a wedding yet. I'm yet to do a wedding. That's something that's on my bucket list because I feel like with a wedding, that's the thing that's going to take me to a next level because it'll force me
oh yeah,
to have to rent a bigger kitchen, have to rent more staff, and things like that. So that's something that's on my bucket list. I've done small barbecues. I've done big barbecues. I've done baby shower, baby naming, and party events. So I'll say the most I've cooked for was about two 250 people, and that was
that is a lot.
for
That's a
yeah, that
lot of
was a show
people.
that I was also emceeing for at school. So it was nice.
That's a lot of
Yeah,
people.
I got a little double check for that one.
There you go, man. That's a
yeah,
lot of people. You get your feet wet.
yeah, yeah,
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. I like this. Again, there was a point when I was like, I ain't got no hope in these young people no more. And then all of a sudden, I started doing this show, and then all types of people start popping up to
yeah,
remind me, look,
yeah,
you're living in a box, D man. There's
yeah.
lots of young people that are doing big things out there.
Yeah, I feel like this generation, like a little bit older than me, and the people coming up is I don't know if it's like a business oriented mindset, but there's a lot of I've seen for Black people, anyways. There's a lot of us who are very tuned into ownership and starting business and things like that. So that's something that I'm grateful for in the future. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. I think the only thing that we need to work on is networking and getting with each other, and then knowing that I don't
Yes.
have to compete with my brother. That you can come together and we can do something. I think that's the only problem that we have is just everybody wants to do everything. So if we can come together, I think we can definitely put something good together.
Well, there's enough for everyone to go, enough to go around for everyone.
Yeah,
So There's no need for. There's modest competition.
Yeah.
Competition makes you better,
Yeah.
but everyone is in it together.
Yeah.
So you'll see. I was just up north over the weekend, and these ice cream stands, ice cream shops that are
Yeah.
right next to each other.
Hmm.
So they're competing, but they're not fighting each other and killing
Yeah.
each other.
Hmm.
It's just there.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go over there, you go over there. If you don't want to go, you go over there. So hey, man, there's enough for everyone. So
Oh yeah. Yeah, but my focus is more of just to take things to the next level. Cause like for example, just this week alone, I've seen about 18 like startup lash companies, right?
mhm,
So I was thinking like something like that. If 18 people come together, they'll be able to get a store and start to do like maybe a luxury spa, maybe a lash company that's a luxury spa, something where everybody can kind of come together, right? Because there's a bunch of friends group who are also going to be competing with each other, but there's more at the table if people come together, like a select few. I'm not saying everybody needs to be together, but get your people who are like minded who are also doing the same thing. Put them together, and then it becomes easier because now you don't have to be the CEO and the worker, right?
that's
You
right.
guys can just all work together for a year. Next level, everybody has a management level, and then maybe if anyone wants to branch out, you can start branching out, building up stores left and right, and then next thing you know, the whole empire is doing good.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with having shares also.
Yeah, right. There's just two ways of seeing things, right?
Yeah, definitely. So if anyone wants to get involved in ideas like that and those kind of enterprises, check out Josh. Check him out. Look at all his handles just scrolling across the screen. Uh, Hit him up on IG wherever you can, and just and reach out to him and see where you can fit in his dynasty. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
um, that's really cool. Um, Now, I'm going to ask you this, especially since you touched on that topic earlier about building wealth and so forth.
Mhm.
Why is it important for you to build or teach generational Black wealth within the community? Do you see the bigger picture when it comes to the Black community and the revolving Black dollar, which
Yeah.
funds, by the way, which funds so many different communities besides
Right.
the Black community?
Right. And that's something that I've always heard, and that's something I've done research. Right, if you see every culture benefits of Black culture, every country benefit of Black
It's
dollar,
not even funny.
every like black people. Not to that's not a knock on anybody, but I just believe for myself, Black people are the most resourceful people, not in terms of like natural resource, just being a resource themselves, right? So that's something that we have to start realizing and seeing that the power is in our hands, but we just have to find a way just to monetize it for ourselves instead of being exploited, right? This is something that is systemically rooted within our foundation from Africa to the Americas to the diaspora. Everything in between is has to do with that whole aspect that we are always being exploited or people are always making money off of us. So this is just something that is very deeply rooted in me. I just want to just teach people, like get to a place where I can teach people that you as a minority, you as a Black person, you can take ownership of whatever you want to do, and you can benefit from that instead of you being used and you being exploited, right? So it's something I've seen a lot. Just sometimes we get that first big check and then we sell off our dream because the check has a lot of zeros, but not knowing that that person is paying you that because they think you're valuable at a higher
That's
at
right.
a higher decimal point. And that's something that we always have to strive to achieve for. Just always aim for the roof, always aim for the ceiling. Because I mean, if you miss, you're still gonna hit something.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true. Those are some wise words. Um, you speaking of of that those big dreams and coming from Ghana,
yeah,
and you touched on minority.
yeah,
I would imagine being a minority means being a minority within North America,
yeah,
because outside of North America, we're not we're not really a minority.
No,
And I don't want the youth to think that because you're a person of color that you are a minority right away.
no,
You're only a minority because you live in within North America,
yeah,
and we are our what do you call, our numbers are lower than other numbers. But
right, and just that
just to
whole
clear that up.
yeah, and the whole social structure of like finance of like our
That's
worth,
right.
right? Yeah, yeah,
I've had well, not arguments, but I've had conversations when people talk about money and so forth,
yeah,
and like, what is money, and
mhm,
really,
yeah,
does having all that money really makes you wealthy? Or
yeah,
if you come from a land, say you
mhm,
come from Ghana
yeah,
or wherever, and you have a house and you have land and you have quite a few acres or whatever,
yeah,
you're still wealthy.
yeah. Of course, of course.
You just got to use it
Yeah,
wisely to your advantage, right?
right. Yeah. I
You
mean,
know,
wealthy can be translated to a lot of things like health, happiness. Yeah, it's not necessarily just having money. I look at money as like a tool set. It's not the necessity or the end all, right? I don't just want to have money just for it to sit in the bank account. That's not what that's not what I'm in it for. It goes beyond the money. Money is just a tool. If you spend your whole life chasing it, it just yeah. There's nothing you can really. There's no real happiness that comes out of money. It just gives you the tool set to do things.
that's right, man. I think you're a very wise person in such a young age, and hopefully, that you can get off to a really good start with all
Yeah,
the ventures that you're involved with, and you make things happen for you, man.
yeah.
Really appreciate you coming on the show. I
Yeah,
got
thank
lots more to talk to you about, so I'm not done.
Oh yeah,
Um,
we can go. We can keep going.
now, is this same sense of financial awareness common amongst your peers back in Ghana or even here in Canada? So I imagine Ghana to be a country full of wealth and
Yeah.
prosper with prosperity, with so many Americans and others going there to
Hmm.
live right now and trying to find a new home, and a sense of belonging.
Yeah.
Can you give me an idea of what it's like to be young, black,
Yeah.
and Canadian?
Yeah. So in Ghana, I think there's two distinctive lifestyle when it comes to Ghana. Is the people who have and the people who are hustling,
Mhm.
right? So the people who are hustling, it's not necessarily that they are poor or they're broke. It's just there's a mindset that a lot of Ghanaians, not even just Ghanaians, Africans have in general, that when they wake up, they have to go get it, right? So the Ghana lifestyle is different from here in the sense of by the time 6 o'clock hits, people are getting up and getting ready to go find ways to go make money because you're only limited between a certain amount of hours, and they like to utilize those hours. So if it's someone that's even selling bottle of water at the corner, they're trying to get there at the earliest, and they're the last people to leave, right? If they're selling food at the corner, is that same mindset. So it doesn't even matter where you are in life, because people always have that mindset that I'm gonna go get it, like regardless of the situation, that I'm gonna go get it, right? So then you have the people who have it. So that's where comfort comes in. That's when you start to really enjoy that whole African that kind of luxurious aspect of Africa, because you can still enjoy Africa without the luxury, but just the whole luxurious side of Africa where you kind of own a piece of Africa, right? That's the
That's
little
interesting.
difference. Pardon?
That's very interesting.
Yeah,
It's interesting because um, some of my Asian friends also
yeah,
think the same way too.
yeah,
Um, I would like you to put on a seminar where you can teach some of my Caribbean friends and family
yeah,
about the time and about the getting up early
yeah,
and getting out early, and you only have a certain amount of time to make this thing happen.
yeah.
So you
Right.
better be on the grind.
Yeah,
Time wait for no man, they say,
exactly.
right? So
Right. And even being from here, just even looking at them, it's like I don't even feel comfortable myself just being here and having all these resources and opportunity, and if I'm going to be lazy with it, because someone who has less is doing way more. So that notion also just tells me that, look, yeah, you're over here in a good situation, but you know what you're doing and you know what you want to achieve. So always strive to do it. Always strive to do it. And I also want to encourage people, just go back home. Just go back home, see Africa for how it is. Look at the people, look at the city, just have a taste of Africa. Like I don't even want to spoil it of the good that is there. Just go there and experience it, and you will see it will change your mindset. You will want to go back and live back home. My plan is to always establish a business here and then take it back to Africa and then grow it also in Africa, right? That's where I really want to invest my effort and invest my happiness is back home in Africa.
That's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
very beautiful. Um, I said this to your sister, but you being from Ghana and she being from Ghana,
Mhm.
Ghana is the place in Africa where I feel mostly connected to. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I think it's the way some of the things that you say, the way how you say it, is
Hmm.
similar to how we say it in Barbados,
Yeah.
right? Right, right. We, some of the syllables and
Yeah.
so forth. I don't know what it is. Now, again, I'm not sure where I originated from or
Yeah.
where people originated from
Yeah.
because right now, I guess I would have to do like a DNA to really
Mm.
know. For all those who probably know about the history of the slave trade and so forth.
Yeah.
So this is where I'm at right now. I don't know exactly where I'm from.
Yeah, I
So
think even
Barbados,
if you
right?
can do a trace of your family lineage all the way to whoever was who, like the furthest you can trace to up to like someone who was a slave. They have a book in they have a slave directory in in Britain where it will give you a possibility of finding out where you actually came from. But Ghana was just accept you anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
With all the movements back to Ghana, anyway.
Yeah.
So there've been a lot of talk about that. Even in Barbados, they have a really good connection with the president of Ghana and so
Mhm.
forth.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. Yeah, eventually one day I'll get there, and hopefully we can travel the world as free as we can after this
Yeah.
pandemic is over.
Yeah, man, let's do
uh,
it.
yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. We need to start doing things that we really want to do,
Yeah.
and some of the dreams that we have. As an African man, you seem to have great pride, which is
Yeah.
very common amongst Africans. Are you
Yeah.
able to trace? Well, I mean, are you yourself able to trace your family tree all of like for generations and generations and generations?
Um, mm, through certain sides of the family, I can. Like my mom's side, I can trace that for a certain generation,
Hmm.
just because of the status that she held. On my dad's side, I can trace it up to maybe my great granddad, but that was it. Everything else is kind of through Orices, and there's no real documentation.
Hmm.
So especially like my dad and my mom, they come from like the village side of Ghana. So there's not a lot of documentation of family lineage. So the only way I can really hear is if my dad was to tell me who his dad was and who his dad was and who his dad was. Right.
Okay.
After a while, it's just or he kind of just takes that aspect of history.
But even within that village, are you able to like go back to one of those original villages and people would know exactly your connection to family, or is not that simple?
Like in a sense of like people from the diaspora or me being like an African myself.
Well, you being from an African from Ghana, you go
Yeah.
back to where you were born. Are
Mhm.
you able to, if you go there right now, are you able to go there and people know your family history and so forth?
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Especially in like those little village, everybody kind of knows everybody, and if you come from a certain family that's kind of looked at as a high in society, like history will always remember you.
Cool, man.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
Very good.
Well, if you
Um,
come from like kingships, like those like kingships, chiefs, those type of people. They're remembered throughout history.
Well, the reason I'm asking that is because like roots are very important, and
Very.
the roots don't always determine your outcome, but
Hmm.
it can give us some idea of the kind of inner strength you may or may not inherit. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
right. Your
So
foundation.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Now, if you could see the future, what are you hoping to accomplish by doing like these media events, like what you're doing right now
Yeah.
and on our show tonight? And what does the next 10 years look like for Joshua?
So the next 10 years for Joshua is I definitely want to be established as a high member of society, whereby I have the power to enable people who are like me to do things. So that entails companies, companies that happen to be worth a lot, philanthropy ventures that support other businesses. So small businesses, kind of like angel investing, right? So I just want to. There's a lot of things that I want to accomplish. I want to maybe get in, like, starting a movie. If I can win some Emmys or some accolades with it, I'll take it. That's not the biggest part of my mind, but if the accolades come, I'll take it too. I just want to be established in life and just be happy and just be able to have kids, 10 years, have kids, and be able to be there for my kids, provide for them financially, provide for them like every aspect. Just make sure that they are good in life and they can also have a life that I kind of always wanted when I was a kid.
Uh,
10 years, man. 10 years. 10 years gonna hopefully in 10 years I can park a boat in a yacht.
hey, look, we were talking, but it's almost 2 years since the pandemic hit.
Yeah,
Well, it's not almost 2 years; it's like a year and a half
three
already.
and a half. Yeah,
And who knows? Time just flew by, right? So
yeah.
you never know. So I guess so. From all this talk that we're talking, so I guess you're not the kind of guy who is out there running around behind skirts, are you?
Run around what?
Behind skirts.
No, no.
Hey, look, it's an honest question. The
Yeah,
young brothers need to know, like, for young guys like yourself, what
yeah,
you're thinking, and definitely is not thinking. That those were the older days where a lot of men
yeah,
just, figure, well, if I have 6 and 7 girlfriends,
yeah.
it'll make me a man.
Yeah, but those things are just distractions. I feel like there's
Mhm.
distractions
Definitely.
that we as a society have put on a high scope, that if you have this, you're an alpha male, or you're a high value man, or
Mhm.
that, things like that. But those are all distractions. I feel like if you're even looking in that aspect of women or just spouses or significant others, I think if you just find somebody who has like-minded or has the same drive as you, that's the biggest goal that you can achieve in terms of like relationship. Just somebody who's always gonna back you and be there for you, right? And
Most definitely.
if you're chasing six women, if you're chasing six women at the same time and they don't know about each other, I mean, hey, that's a lot. That's a lot of energy that you have to juggle with,
I'm telling you.
right?
I'm telling you. I would not encourage that at all.
No,
It's not something to strive about.
no.
Now, I'll ask you a little bit more about your acting
Mm,
before we go or so forth, so
yeah.
you can tell us a little bit more about your acting. But before we get into that,
Mm,
um, I want to hear the story of the shea cocoa butter, because I know in our family we use
yeah,
it and we
yeah,
like it. I
yeah,
also saw a really great story from Miah,
yeah,
who, by the way, is a great online vlogger from Ghana.
yeah.
Trust me, he's good at what he do. And he did a piece in South Sudan because he travels all around Africa promoting Africa and the
Hmm.
diaspora, right? And and it's a story, and the story is this lady who owns a company, and she produces shea cocoa butter
Hmm.
in South Sudan, and it's all run by females within the in the area.
Yeah,
So, do you have a great story also behind this cocoa butter, or?
yeah, definitely. So I mean, cocoa butter just for me and just being like my tribe and being in Zaman, like that's something that we have used since birth. I've been bathing in cocoa butter since I can remember, and I've just used it throughout my years, like the raw form. And it's only coming to Canada where I realized that again, people are also benefiting off our resources. So I went to an African store whereby they imported shea butter from a Chinese company. And I
Wow.
think everybody knows this shea butter, MD. It comes in like
What's it
a
called? Sorry.
MD.
No.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know what it stands for, but the shea butter is called MD. But yeah, it's owned by a Chinese. It's a Chinese company that's selling shea butter. So again, coming back to the aspect of like they're profiting off our resources. So that's one of the reasons why I want to do the shea butter, because first I thought the shea butter was very subpar to what I was used to in Africa, and just all the additives and the preservatives and all the chemicals that was put in it. That was something that kind of deteriorated me from those shea butters. Shea butter is supposed to be pure. It's a very pure and beneficial like resource that is supposed to be used with other pure and beneficial resources or oils. You know, like coconut oil, you know, cocoa butter, like it's supposed to be pure. So it didn't sit well with me that, you know, that like other companies are selling what they call shea butter to people, while it has all these chemicals and all these things that are not good for you in them. So I started selling it to people around Brock. Me and my girlfriend, we partner up to do it. So she does all my social media stuff. In terms of running the social media, building website, and manage like handling stuff on marketing aspect of it. So she handles all that. So we got together and then we started building up the brand. So I even have this is like a chapstick that we have.
Oh,
And then
nice.
the Dr. Shea logo.
So that is actually a
Yeah, the
chapstick.
chapstick. Yeah.
And
Right. So
people can just follow, go to your site and
yeah,
order it online.
yeah, sheabutterdrip.com. I'll put in the chat. Shea
Yep,
butter.
we got it up here on the we
Okay.
got it up here already. People
Yeah.
can
So yeah. So the Instagram is Dr. Shea, and the website Shea Butter Drip. So we got together and we started doing it, and then it started branding beyond shea butter. We started introducing other products, like the sapwa. So the sapwa is like a washcloth. I've seen Caribbean people use this to clean their dishes and use cloth like a towel to
Yeah.
bathe with. And you guys have it backwards. This is made out of nylon, right? So germs are not going to stick to this. So this is what you're supposed to be using to using for your face for like exfoliating and things like that. Just because the beneficial aspect of it, it gets deep cleaning and everything. We started doing that. We started adding black soap to it. Then we got into doing whipped shea butter, just for the people who don't like the tough texture of raw shea butter. So we started doing whipped shea butter, where we mix it with other beneficial oils that enhance the vitamin E aspect of the shea butter. Started doing whips. Then after we got into CBD, just to go back into the healing aspect of it, right? Everybody knows CBD. CBD comes from weed, but it's not the negative thing that will get you high or, you know, out of your
Exactly.
mind, alter your mindset. CBD is the medical aspect of the plant. So it'll be the chemical that calms you down, the chemical that helps you sleep, the chemical that they'll use for pain relief. So when people are prescribed like marijuana, like the CBD is what they're going for, unless they're trying to get high. But yeah, the medical aspect of it. So we started infusing that within our products, and this is something that the public has received very nice. I'm actually sold out. I wish I wanted to show you our products, like physical products, but the only thing that we have is our little container, but it's not even fully tagged. But yeah, so people started receiving it. Just that alone just started motivating me to
Do you
put
want
my,
to show that bottle again?
yeah. So this would be the smaller bottle that we have. So we can do original blend, which is just raw shea butter or whipped, or CBD. We'll put into something like this. This is our biggest size container, so it'll be 16 ounces. and then we have our 8 ounce container, but it's not tagged up. Like I said, I was sold out. I wish I had like actual product to show. But
Well,
yeah,
that's all right.
so we
All right.
started doing that. It's very good, and just the fact that we're black owned and also black manufactured, that was something that was very near and dear to me, because a lot of people tend to skip over the fact that we as black people, we can also manufacture for us. We don't always have to buy from somebody to sell it just to call it a black owned business. So, as a black owned business, I employ other black owned businesses to also look out for black manufacturers, because we also exist, and give black manufacturers a chance as well.
How important is it? Because we talk about this, well, me and my circle of people, and how important is it to have that connection where you can get the product from the straight from the source
The
of where
source,
it's
yeah,
from, and so forth.
it's very good. It cuts a lot of cost, right? If you can just go back home and bring it, it cuts a lot of costs, and then the also beneficial aspect of it is that you know where your money's going. Like, I know who I'm getting the shea butter from, and they know who is manufacturing it, right? So I know exactly how the money transaction, the money train goes, and where it's going and how it's being used. So that's something that is very beneficial, that me as a black business, I know that my money's going back to Africa. Like, at the end of the day, it's going back into Africa, whereby it could be used for somebody's school, it can be used to build up the school, it could be used to finance somebody else's dream, finance somebody else's business. So that's something that is very good, because I mean, the Asians do it, the Jewish people do it, the Indians do it. Everybody sends money back home. So I mean, black people, we also have to do that. We also have to make our mission to also send our money, back home.
Well, we talk about this again. This is one of the topics that I talk about amongst friends and family. But my curiosity is always like this, and I'm always open for these types of conversations, because when we talk about black-owned businesses and we talk about black people, and black people is very vast
Yeah.
around the world.
Yeah.
So within the black community, there's pockets and pockets of different communities, and does that play into part of the issues that we face, you think, from an entrepreneur yourself, or do you think that it's wide open, we can do it together still?
Yeah, I think if we simplify it, just to just on the grand scheme, that we are all like one, I think it'll work, because you're not focused on the different pockets, but you're focused on the whole unified aspect of the people, right? Because I support Caribbean dishes. I support Trini festivals. I support African culture. I support black people music, things like that, dances and stuff like that, right? So it's just, you don't have to be fixated on, oh, I only support Africa, I only support Ghana, I only support Nigeria, I only support the Caribbean, I only support Jamaica. Just, we're all one people. So if we go beyond that aspect and simplify things, I mean, it'll make things simple, right?
Do you think that dialogue, like what we're doing right now, gives other people an idea of what we faced before we got to this point? So that, when we talk about black owned, we talk about black businesses, we talk about black dollar. Some people may get tired of hearing it, or be like, oh, here they go again. But how important is it that other people hear what we're talking about, to understand that we are really striving to accomplish some things in life? We're not criminals.
Yeah.
What the media may let it be, but we're trying to strive and achieve a lot of things.
Yeah, it's just we just want equality. We just want an equal chance. We just want like a piece of the pie. We just want a piece of the controlling power, right? Just often we always find ourselves in areas where people are making decisions for us. Politicians are making decisions for black people or black community. And it's gonna be hard when somebody who's outside of the culture is making decision for the culture, right? So this is something I would beat into like people's head every time. I know people will get tired of hearing you support Black business, support Black dollar, but it's just I will keep saying it because that's something that's very important. It's just like we're always quick to spend money in somebody else's pocket rather than our own, and it's like it breaks my heart. Just the fact that, you know, for example, I know somebody who started shoe designing as a Black person. They started creating their own shoe. So I've been pushing the shoes out to people, but people are like, yo, I'd rather go buy Nike. I'd rather go do that just because of what pop culture or what is popular. But they don't know that we made those things popular. So if we start to spend our dollar within our own community, that's what's going to become the social norm, or that's what's going to become pop culture. Is that people are going to tend to run towards that direction, and we need that. We need that. I mean, Adidas and stuff. I mean, they've had to run for a long time, and we also need our chance. We just want equal opportunity.
No, I definitely agree with you. From a different point of view, I'll
Mm,
tell you exactly just to chime in on what you're saying because
mm,
I used to play soccer and I used to coach soccer
mm,
as well, and I remember coaching and putting the team together, and I couldn't care where you're from, so long as you can kick
mm,
the ball and play properly. I want you on my team.
mm,
But we never managed to attract people from different cultures. But in the meantime, I mean, we've had one or two, but they never stuck around.
mm,
But I mean, like I've played on different teams all over
yeah,
the place of
mm,
different cultures, and it was never a problem. But I'm just saying, just to chime in on what you're saying, and how we support other businesses and so forth. But a lot of times people don't are not so quick to
yeah,
jump in and be part of the movement.
yeah,
And big up all those who actually do support Black businesses,
yeah,
people from different cultures and so forth, because there's some people that I do know that do as well.
mm,
But it's not. We need more,
yeah,
just to make those decisions like you mentioned, and to
yeah,
be part of this whole gravy uh, element of the train, not the
yeah,
gravy train, but
right, yeah.
you know,
And
yeah,
I'm not saying boycott Nike. I'm not saying don't spend money there. I mean, I like Nike too. It's just having it back in mind that if I'm gonna spend $300 on a Nike shoe, that there's also somebody, there's somebody out there who looks like me that can also benefit from my market, whether their shoes $60 or $300. If I'm comfortable to spend that with Nike, I should be comfortable to spend that in my own community, right? Because we often think that when we're buying from our community, it always has to be cheap or cheaper or discounted.
well, that's also something that people have to work on as well. I
Hmm.
think
Yeah.
because working in for an advertising company for so many years,
Hmm.
you get to understand a little bit about the marketing and on the
Hmm.
advertising side. So I mean, if we're building a product, we want to get people out there that people recognize, and people want to be part of that product, right?
Yeah.
So we would have the person starting that business or that product or whatever would have to brand it in a way that people want it. So
Exactly.
regardless of who owns it,
Hmm.
it has to be a product that people want to have.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's not forget that part.
Yeah.
So
For sure. For sure.
that's very important. I hope that people understand that.
Hmm.
People just not gonna show up at your show where you MCing
Yeah.
because Josh is there, and
Exactly.
you got to have a good lineup or something else happening that
Yeah.
people you know won't be excited about.
Yeah. There has to be value.
That's right. That's right. Um, um, hmm. so what else? Oh, acting.
Yeah.
So tell me about the acting, man. Tell me about
So
that.
acting, I'm seeing where I can even where my acting started. Okay, I'll say for one, I'm a big movie fanatic. Like I enjoy films. I enjoy like different directors' critique on certain issues or critique or their vision. I'm very keen on like I like to dissect movies and stuff like that. So that was something that's always been a joy to me, or a pastime or hobby. Like I love watching movies and stuff. So I always wanted to also, be an actor. When I was really, really young, that was one of my dreams. I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be a celebrity. But as you grow, you realize what is valuable in life.
Now, have you taken any acting classes and so forth in the past?
No, but I've done a few acting gigs, like at school, in the church. I've played Jesus. I've also played the devil. So it's like I've played both sides of it. I've played Bad Boy Johnny. That was my coming out role, Bad Boy Johnny. And then I've done silent acting, which is very new to me. Shout out to Elder Avenger. He's the one that kind of pushed me toward acting, like within the whole church, within the church community. He pushed me out there, and he took a big chance of making the pastor's kid play the devil.
Now, speaking of act, he did what?
He made the pastor kid play the devil, so that was something that was very left field, and it was interesting, and it was a good, it was a role that I not that I liked, but it was interesting. And then next year I got to play Jesus, so I've played both sides.
Hey man, that's wonderful, man.
Yeah.
What was it like to be the devil, at least for the day?
It was I'll say my dad didn't like it. But it just it's not even like, it wasn't even like method acting where you're trying to get into character or anything like that. It's more like you try not to get too much into character, just because of we always like, oh, you don't know when you're acting, something will stick with you or whatever. But yeah, it was fun, to say the least. It was fun. It was a great experience.
But that's a good thing about acting, though. Like you can just put yourself in that role for a minute or two, or for the day or whatever.
Yeah.
But you can always come out. But it feels good just to be in it, right?
Yeah. As soon as the clipboard is hit, like that's it. So it's good. I got to tap into utilize my deep voice and make it more menacing. I put a little bit of my take or my spin on who I thought the devil would be like if it was in like present day. So it was interesting. But yeah.
For me, if I was playing the devil, I'll be coming home like to my wife. I'll be like, "Look, I'm the devil tonight."
Yeah, he has powers. He has ways to tap into people's desire.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Acting actually brings out a lot of inner stuff. Character in people also.
Right. So
by the way, shout out my boy Black Rock Dave, man, from a New York City, and he does a lot of those skits, and it's pretty awesome.
I'll definitely once this movie is done, I'll get ready to just cut my hair and then start fresh again. I even braided my hair for this role. So after that it's just straight chop cut, go back to waves. I'm missing the waves. Yeah, it was good. But I think my most memorable acting gig was playing Jesus. The opposite side, though. Playing Jesus was my most. I think that was when I really realized to myself that I can really do this. Like, this is something that was gifted to me. It's just it was a deep story of the hardship of like what Jesus faced walking towards the cross. Right, so the torment, the shame, everything that was there. So it's like playing that. I felt like I was used as a manifestation, just to touch people's lives. Because when the light came on, a lot of people were crying, and just the feedback that I was seeing as I was nailed on the cross, I just took a little peek just to see how the crowd, just to see how the crowd was reacting. I saw that a lot of people were in awe. It was dead silent. People were crying, and I was like, I'm gonna take this seriously. So even with a new movie that's coming out, it's called 3-2-1. It's by a project with
do you want to say that again so people can hear it again?
Yeah.
So that,
Yeah. So the movie that I'm working on, that me and my friends are working on, will be coming out hopefully next year. It's called 3-2-1. It's directed by CJ Myers of Marywood Studio. It's a young kid like myself who's very passionate about what he's doing, not only within the acting realm or the film realm, but also in Black community. He organized the walk in Brampton a couple months ago for the schools. So he helped organize that. So he's doing this thing. My girlfriend also manages him, so it's good that us young people are getting together and clicking up. So yeah, a little bit about the movie. It's so a murder has happened. There's 2 cops, 3 suspects, and 1 killer. So hence the 3-2-1. And basically the cops are just trying to find out who the murderer is. And right, I'm one of the suspects. I play Tariq, bad boy Tariq, aka the hooligan, the shooter. I'm not a shooter, or I am. Who knows?
Don't give away the whole movie. You want people to watch it,
right? Oh,
this
is a big twist. You guys can think it's me. But yeah, it's a good movie. We're almost done wrapping up production. I have one more scene to shoot, and then there's a new girl who was cast, so she has to shoot her side of the movie, and we're all gonna put it together. But I'll definitely come back to you and talk to you about that when the time is right. Maybe I might come with the whole cast.
Yes, definitely, man. I would really love that. Once you're ready, just let me know. We'll book a date and we'll make it happen. If you ever want to get more involved in the acting business, I encourage you. We had one of our past guests on the show, Lisa Michelle, and she's an actor, and she's involved in there's a board, Toronto acting.
Yeah, I'll definitely.
I can't remember exactly. You can even go back to the show and you can go one of the past shows and see her profile and see if you can reach out to her, drop her a line or whatever, and she'll help you, man. She'll talk to you at least or say something.
Right.
All great, all part of it.
Like this is what it's all about, right? Just connection like this. Like I long for things like this. Just the fact that me even having a conversation with you, like, hey, I know what will be beneficial to you. I know somebody who maybe on this level and they can help you get there, or just to help you maneuver. That's good. That's very good.
Yeah, it is because for the longest time, like back in the days, the older people were striving to get a radio station so that people can have a voice and reach out to each other and so forth. So. Anyways, fast forward is all types of social media stuff now. People can interact with each other and make it happen. Just don't be shy. Make it happen. Life is just short, and we only have a certain amount of time span. And just do what you are destined to do. Right.
Yeah. And everybody watching, I mean, all you can do is just ask. What's the worst they can say? No. At least you tried.
Exactly.
You never know.
Exactly. And one of the keys we'll take away from this show is that to have a financial freedom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so once you have financial freedom, then your mind might be a little bit even more freer in terms of what you can do, and so those are great things.
Yeah.
Josh. Yeah. Speaking of time, our time is coming to an end.
Yeah.
So. At least for now, is there anything else you want to big up on the show? Anything else you want to promote? You want to let people know before we go?
Yeah. So obviously all the companies on Instagram are coming off through the slide. Divine Royalty 96. That's the food. Dr. Shea, aka Shea Butter Drip. That's the Instagram handle. SheaButterDrip.com. That's the website for the shea butters and stuff. Be on the lookout for 3-2-1. If you follow me on my personal page, Mr. Big Dreams, I'll be promoting a lot of stuff there. And then also big shout out. I'm gonna shout out my girlfriend because she's a big aspect. Any small businesses or people who are looking to take their social media to the next level. You guys should definitely hit her up. Her name is Tiana Thomas. You can find her out. You can find her Instagram. You know what? I might have her just come on the show like during the next season. Right? I think that'll be
awesome.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. She doesn't like doing this stuff, but I'll push her to do it. Yeah. But you guys can find her at Lady Lady T on Instagram. If she's here, I think she can also type her thing in. But yeah, I think I've shout out almost everybody who I can. Shout out to mom. Yeah, people who are watching. If and then if you have any business or anything that you think me and you can work together. If you have any product that you would like to sell on the website, you guys can contact me via any of those Instagram. But my personal tool, Mr. Big Dream. If you guys hit me there, Mr. Dot Big Dot Dreams. If you hit me there, or we can also talk further up on future. If you're looking for advice, if you're looking for just to pick my brain, if you're looking just to see all the wrong things that I've done thus far, like I can definitely give you all the info, the blueprint. You don't have to make the same mistakes I made on my entrepreneur venture. Yeah,
So there you guys have it. It's all laid out. Um, Joshua, Big Dreams, Mia.
yeah.
Um,
I'm married to that name.
um, I want to say big respect to you, man.
Thank you.
As such a young brother to be so advanced in the way how you see things
Mhm.
and think is really cool. Just to be involved in the same conversation with you. Uh,
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure down the line you'll do some great things, not only for yourself but for your family. All right.
Amen to that. Yeah,
Um, so once we pop you off, don't hang it up.
yeah,
Stick around.
yeah,
Um, well, if there's anything else that we forgot or whatever, we'll get it all together and
yeah,
we'll have it posted so that it goes on YouTube and so forth, and people are
yeah,
able
for
to
sure.
see more and so forth. Right.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
Joshua, thanks for coming on the show, man. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you
Um,
for having me.
all right. So there you have it. Joshua, big dreams, Mia. This young brother, he's been really putting the effort in, putting the work in. And one thing we all can say is that if these young men and women put in that work from early, um, definitely it's going to pay off um, because they're laying the foundation right now, and that's important. Um, no one will get mad at you for laying the foundation. No one get mad at you for striving uh, to accomplish big things in life. There's lots of us who had those dreams and unfortunately have had to take side paths in order to see a new road. So hopefully, Joshua, as young as he is, he can encourage some of you guys out there to stay on path and to do some really awesome things, not only within your community, but in this big wide world that we live in. And once again, I want to remind you that this world is actually not as big as you may think it is. Uh, there's so many of us who are connected, uh, coming from all parts of the world, uh, all the continents, and we all connect. And we reach right here in Toronto, and then we make one big community and call it T Dot, the Sits. So on that note, listen, this was the last show for this season. It was great with all the encouragement and all the people who say, "Look, D man, go ahead and do what you want to do, man. You only live once. Go ahead and get it done." Um, you're welcome, brother. Go ahead and get it done. I want to thank you guys. I mean, we had quite a few guests, and they were all very encouraging, all very interesting. I'm really excited just to see these people, the way how they go about their business and they do their things. It's really cool. And it's really inspiring. I gotta tell you this. If you don't know, now you know. You know, and there's a wide community of people who are willing to try things they've never tried before. Lots of young entrepreneurs out there who see the world through a different eye from their parents and their grandparents. Um, so big up each and every one of you, all the people who has been involved in the show, all the people who've had the opportunity to to teach me and tell me some things that I didn't know before. Those are some really great and inspiring moments from you. So um, until next season, we will be lining up some guests, and we hope that we can continue the show because in this world things are changing quickly and rapidly, and you never know. The pandemic could be coming to an end within the next few months or so, or who knows when. And people may drop right back into the normality of how they used to be. And not many of us want to be how we used to be in the past. And I mean, when we started this not we started this pandemic, when the pandemic started last year, a lot of people say, "Look, you know what? I don't want no part of that old world. I want a new world." And I'm very curious to see where we go from here. All right. So once again, thank you, and I hope to see you on the next show. And until that time, peace. God bless.